Round the Fourth keeps getting better, and the Conway Area Chamber's got a new look. Learn all about it from its executive director. Coming up next on Carolina People. Good morning. Welcome to Carolina People. This morning with the Myrtle Beach Herald. We're focused on the Round the Fourth Festival and the Conway Chamber of Commerce. And we're visiting with its executive director, Bridgette Johnson. Good morning, Bridgette.
Good morning. How are you?
Great. Thanks so much for coming in.
Well, thank you for having me.
So many new things going on at the Conway Area Chamber of Commerce. It's incredible.
There are a lot of new things going on, and we're just excited to be as busy as we are.
You know, it's amazing as we think about in the area, so many new executive directors at the different area chambers of commerce. Of course, with Brad now on board for about, I guess, about a year and a half.
Right.
The Myrtle Beach Area Chamber, I think Little River's got a new chamber director. North Myrtle Beach has got one. I saw that Mary Martin, we've got her coming in next week. She has just been recognized some regional governor for the Rotary.
Right.
Which is a big deal. Over 77 chapters, 4,800 Rotarians. A really exciting recognition there.
Right, right. She's staying busy. That in itself is going to keep her busy, leave alone being executive director of the Little River Chamber.
Yeah, that will be a big deal. And of course, yourself having now, I guess, celebrating around 5 months at the helm, 6 months at the helm. What's the first 6 months been like, Bridgette?
It's been crazy. It has been crazy. We went in, and as soon as I got there, we started like going out and talking to people, trying to get more news about the chamber out, to let folks know what we're doing with the chamber. And I think that we've really been successful doing that, to let folks know the new services we're offering so that they will utilize them. And we're having more folks call us every day. Can you help me with this? Can you help me with that? And it's just been, it's very rewarding to be able to help a new business come on board. And
you know, you were with us a couple of weeks before Christmas. I think it was Thursday, the 9th of December. And the fascinating thing was that aspect that you shared with us, that you want all businesses in the area, hopefully they're chamber members. If they're not chamber members, you give them the opportunity to become a chamber member so easily. But the desire to let you folks, help them out, to really help get the word out about their business. And I know you said certain folks can call every day. Not that you're going to pump things up every day, but call to keep you abreast of things going on in their businesses.
Right. A couple of things that have happened since I've been here is we've had a couple of members who've received awards. And let me just say how important it is to work with your chamber to get this to happen. IGA, Laurie's IGA in Conway, for example, they just recently won a corporate award, which was very prestigious, a very high ranking for an independent grocer. So we took a press release about them, and we distributed it to all of our local media just to let the folks know that Conway IGA had received this award.
Right.
And when we added up all of the press coverage that he received, that Laurie's IGA received, and added it up as if it were advertisement, we saved them, I think it was a couple of $1,000s in advertising. And when you calculate that up and show their return on their investment, we delivered to them a 6-to-1 return on their investment. For every dollar they gave us to be a chamber member, we gave them 6 back in free advertising.
Wow.
So when you start talking like that to members and saying, if you just use us, this is what we'll give back to you, I mean, numbers really click with people. So we've done that for a number of people. So hopefully people continue to use us.
Now, Bridgette, do chamber members need to get national awards from the, I mean, what are some of the awards that a chamber member could get that they would want to make you aware of? Is it virtually anything?
Well, your involvement in the community. If you've just received a recognition within your community. Myrtle Beach Building Supply, they're a new member of ours. They received from the South Carolina Chamber at one of the state's fastest growing companies. They've also received awards from Entrepreneur Magazine as one of the fastest growing countries in the United States, fastest growing businesses in the United States. And we've sent out a press release on them for that. Any type of award, or if you've hired a new employee that you want folks to know about, that's newsworthy. Anything new about any business that's just opening up. We've got a new, actually, a guy, he is the community director, community relations director for Shoreline Behavioral Health Services.
Yeah.
But his name's Mark Singleton. He's got a new business coming on board, an anti-terrorism type business. We're going to help him roll out that business and try to get some introductory PR within Conway and within Myrtle Beach to let folks know about
You may
Mark.
be the avenue that helped get the word out about. I think Mark's going to be with us next week.
I
Actually.
think so.
I mean, that's great to
Yay
be
for us.
working. That's right. Good.
Yeah.
To highlight that 6-to-1 or 5-to-1 or 12-to-1.
Right.
Obviously, the goal is, as you said, to get as little effort on their part on the financial side out there, so that the chamber can really make the biggest impact for them possible.
Right. And I think I said this before. I came from a background where we worked with clients who had little or no advertising budget, but they did have a little bit of money to spend on promotion. And when you take that little bit of money and you just, with us, just an investment in the chamber, when you write up these press releases and get it out, that speaks to a lot of people because you get that third-party endorsement. You're not actually paying to have what you want said in the paper. You're getting a story. So it gives you that third-party endorsement, which really means, that means a lot to folks.
So oftentimes newspapers will virtually recreate a press release. They will rewrite it, or oftentimes you'll see newspapers, whether it's community or daily newspapers, just actually reprinting an entire press release and not putting a writer's name on it.
Right.
I see that on a pretty regular basis, which is fascinating. But is a great way to work hard on the press release side to really make sure a business gets a big bang for their membership dollar.
Right. And a lot of papers, depending on their number of staff, may just reprint it. But what we hope a lot of the times is if they'll take it and say, hey, this would be a great interview. Let's call Mark Singleton.
Yes.
Set him up and actually hear his side of the story. Let's put him on Carolina People. So anyway, those are the type things we're trying to do for our members, and we've really had a lot of people take us up on it. Whether it's a stained glass class for Conway Glass, they've used us to just put out little blurbs. We also have a WinFax service where if you just send us your information, we'll type it up in our WinFax system, fax it out to all of our members.
Great.
It's 750 members.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Golly.
that's all at no charge.
We
So
need
it's
to be
worth it.
taking
It's
more
worth it.
advantage of our chamber membership.
You do.
That's great.
You
Now, that's
do.
indicative of most chambers. Is that right?
Yeah, I think it is. And just depend. There's a lot of different chambers try different things, and some things they charge for, and some things they don't. It just depends on the value they feel it's worth. But in our case, in the Conway area, we really this year our mission was to give back to our membership, and this was something with my background I felt that I could deliver as soon as I walked through the door, and I wanted to be able to say, hey, I can do something as soon as I walk through the door. I've got a lot to learn. I'm working on this Around the Fourth Festival, and I'm learning every day. I'm being challenged every day, but that is something that I could walk through the door and successfully do as soon as I hit the ground, so that's what we did.
That is very exciting, Bridgette. Golly, how exciting for you, of course, to see that happening. Do you mind sharing with the viewers to give them a sense if there's a viewer who's a member of a business that's not a chamber member, how do they go about, how easy is it for them to encourage their employer to get involved with the chamber? What do they need to do? And why would they want to sign up, let's say their business is not directly in the city of Conway? Do y'all serve more than the city?
Yeah, we're not focused on just the city of Conway. We call ourselves the Conway Area Chamber of Commerce.
Okay.
And we reach out. We're down 905, 701 North, 701 South, 378, 501. We'll take anybody. We'll give you any service that we have and promote you. The one thing that we're encouraging folks to do is to come to our business after hours. A couple of times you don't have to be a member to come. Come and check us out. Seize the opportunity to network with some of the Conway market. Mm-hmm. That is a great networking opportunity, and we have folks who come to these business after hours who maybe are brand new members. They take the mic during our program, introduce themselves, introduce their business, what they have going on, whether it's a not-for-profit mission, whether it's a special at a spa. You can take the mic and introduce yourself and your business. And there are folks there, and you have their undivided attention of about 250 people at most of these things. So that's a good way to slip in and not be a member yet. But when you come in and you start seeing the value of these events, and then you see our long list of services that we're offering at no charge if you are a member, you more than get your value's worth when you come in and utilize these services. But we do encourage all of our members to utilize them.
Bridgette, how reasonable is membership for small businesses, let's say 0 to 5, or 1 to 5 employees?
1 to 5, $238.
Is that right? On an annual basis?
On an annual
Golly,
basis.
less than $1 a day.
Right.
And of course, 5 to 10, I mean, what are the designation cutoffs there? Do you know off the top of your head? Is it 1 to 5 and 5 to 15, or not to put you on the spot there? I know there's...
I think it is 5 to 15, to be
Okay,
honest with you,
right,
or 5
right.
to 13, I
Sure.
want to say. And the price doesn't go up. You know, it's small increments that they go up. I think somebody joined the other day, and their employee number was 32, and I think their check was written out for 327. I think
Right,
that's what
still
it was.
less than
Right.
$1 a day, and that opportunity for you to get out a press release or a couple of press releases. Who are some of those press releases sent out to? Are those sent out to all TV and radio and print vehicles, or are they sent out, and how large is the area that you all send out to, Bridgette?
We send out to all the local media.
Okay.
Every bit of the local media is in our email base.
Right.
That's newspaper, television. We do not send to radio with the exception of RNN.
Okay.
We do not send there because most of those will need to type those up and send them, you know, work with them. That's just something you may have to pay for to be on a radio station. PSA channels. Time Warner Cable, HTC have the PSA channels. The local city of Conway has one that we send to.
Sure.
We also send to the local business magazines.
Right.
And Sassy publications, Carolina Woman, we send to those as well. The Coastal Carolina, we utilize theirs.
Sure.
But we have recently added feeder market newspapers into our area, and the feeder markets, the drive markets that come into Myrtle Beach, into Conway, we have added those into our database as well, and we're distributing press releases about around the 4th, which is coming up in June.
Yes.
We're distributing a series of releases out to out-of-market newspapers. So hopefully, last year we estimated there was 50,000 people there. We're hoping to see a lot more than that this year,
Wow,
based on
Bridgette.
the amount of press coverage we're aggressively pursuing. So.
That's fantastic. Let's begin focusing on that. I know Round the Fourth has had such a tremendous recent past. I mean, it just kicked off a few years ago, and to see the some of the national or regional accolades you all have received, both from small business groups as well as large groups.
Right, right. This year, we've taken it back. It's been 2 years, 2 days around the 4th for the first 3 years, but we've taken it back to 1 day around the 4th. From the Friday night, we're just going to focus on the Saturday. We've extended the hours from 12 noon to 11, and this year we have the Drifters coming in on the Krill Company stage.
Great.
And we have the Doug Stone coming in on the Bradham Insurance stage. So we're excited to have these two coming in, and Applebee's is helping us bring them in. So we're extremely excited about the caliber of entertainment we're going to have. And we've got, let's see, there's 3 stage areas for folks that don't know about our Around the Fourth Festival, because there's a lot of folks who may have never come. But we have what we call 3 stage areas. Stage 1 is the family stage. It's down at the Riverfront Park at the marina at the bottom of Elm Street. We have Stage 2, which is down under the Conway Bridge near the area around the Peanut Warehouse. And that is the Krill Oil Company stage this year with the Drifters. And then Stage 3, which is the Bradham Insurance. They are on the old courthouse front lawn of the old courthouse. So downtown Conway is dominated by Round the Fourth Festival on June 25th. And we've pretty much got all of our sponsorships nailed for this year. Last year, we always give folks first rights to refusal, because if they've seen the benefit in doing it last year, we want to give them the opportunity. But we always want to work extra hard to bring in new businesses, to give them the opportunity to spotlight their company if they want that opportunity, because we do market it across the state and along the southeast. And this year we have an opening for presenting sponsorship and co-sponsor. So we're looking for those too. But as soon as we get those done, we will have it all ready to go.
Do you mind sharing with viewers how much those would run? Are those pretty hefty? And there's a lot involved with that, a lot of great exposure for them.
There is. Our most expensive sponsorship is the presenting sponsor, and they would be partnered up with Pepsi Cola Bottling Company of Conway. That is a $10,000 sponsorship. But we do, and then our co-sponsorship is a $7,500 co-sponsorship. And they would be partnered up with HTC.
Great.
And what we do is we have a brochure that we send out of market, and the brochure totally covers everybody who's involved, and it breaks it down. Here's what's on this stage at this time. It has the photos of the entertainment, but you get your props, so to speak, in this brochure, and it's mailed to out of market. We try to be in all the Chamber of Commerce, all the visitor centers. We work that networking opportunity to get those brochures where they need to be. We also do out of market advertising in the Charlotte, Brunswick County, Wilmington areas. We do ad cast out there and promote out there. But we also do local advertising
Right, yeah.
with all of our members. We do local advertising with all of our members. And we're doing a trade out with WPDE or Independent and Quantum Radio, and we'll be working those in the local area. And so you really get the bang for your buck if you know, and when you break it down, with 50,000 people coming, and this year hopefully it's more, when you break out that $10,000, that's 10 cents per person you're spending, or 5 cents per person. I mean, it breaks down to a very small amount you're spending per person to have the opportunity to direct market to these people. And so that's what we're really pushing, and it's just a great opportunity, and one I feel strongly in. And I was telling the girls out front a while ago, you know, if we say we're going to do it, we're going to do it this year. So I encourage anybody who may be interested to call me and let us just tell you a little bit more about it and show you what we've done in the past.
I'm glad you mentioned that. If a viewer had to run off to work now or get out to school, what's the best number to call? And do you all have a website, Bridgette?
We do have a website, but I encourage you to call us. The number's 248-2273.
Okay.
We're there from 9 on. Most of the time someone's there by 8. But we'd love to tell you about it, get you informed, show you all of our promotional items we promoted last year and created last year, talk to you a little bit about it, and get you involved in the chamber if you're not. You
Great.
don't have to be a member to sponsor.
Oh, great. That's 843-248
2273.
2273. And y'all's website, Bridgette, if a viewer wanted to go online, does it have info about Round the Fourth online?
We will soon. We will
Okay.
soon have our own roundthefourth.com web address.
Great.
Yeah, we will have our own website for that, but you can learn more about the Conway Chamber at www.conwayscchamber.com.
Great.
Yeah, but give us another 3 weeks, we'll have our Around the Fourth website up.
And that's roundthefourth.com,
Right.
let's say a month from now. Okay. How exciting.
Yeah.
That is tremendous when you think about some of the sponsorship opportunities. Those are very reasonable when you think about all the traffic you all bring to an event like that on a single day.
Right.
10,000, 7,500. Of course, you said all the other sponsorship levels are sold out?
They're sold. They're gone. And we had them all the way down to 1,500. But it takes a lot to bring in this caliber of entertainment. And this is the only festival that we do that is really geared towards our community. Last year we had a spring festival, but it just takes so much to put on a really good quality festival. So we cut out our spring festival, which was the Walk 'em on Fins and Feathers, and some folks hated to turn it loose and let it go because they were pleased with the way it turned out last year. But it takes we're already planning for Round the Fourth. We started that in December. So imagine having a spring festival and the Round the Fourth. So the amount of time that we put towards this, it's weird that we only have 3 staff, and then we have a steering committee for the Round the Fourth, and each group, each chair, each area is going to have its own chairperson to do that. So we're really just bringing in more and more volunteers as we go along, and it's just a great way to give back to the community and have some camaraderie with different businesses, because we have so many from representing different businesses in Conway helping us. So
Bridgette, you all have a new marketing look, I see.
we do.
Which
we do.
is
and
very
we're so
exciting.
excited.
Is that going out on everything?
Not yet.
Okay,
we
that's
haven't.
right.
We haven't officially unveiled it yet because we haven't gotten our folders printed up yet. But we have new folders for the Conway Chamber, and we have a new logo. It's the bridge. It's bridging the past and the present. It bridges. We see ourselves as the bridge to Myrtle Beach, the gateway into Myrtle Beach. You can look at it as a lot, but we're also over the Waccamaw River. There's a lot of history there with the Waccamaw River. So anyway, we're excited about that. And our new folder's got Conway pictures on the front, and we'll be sending those out to media, to prospective new chamber members when they're coming in to join, and so we're just extremely excited about it.
You've got to be thrilled. I love that shot. I'm glad you emailed that over, the Conway Area Chamber of Commerce and that bridge over the water. It really is a treat to see that. You'll also have some other exciting things going on. We got less than 7 minutes, Bridgette. When we think about the member-to-member discount program, of course, the ambassador program, y'all's coffee break, y'all have kicked off recently. Share with the viewers a little about those 3 as we roll on.
The member-to-member discount program is something that Kelly Long has really pushed and has gotten behind, and she's sending out some information. Let us know if you want to be involved. What discount will you offer fellow chamber members? Every chamber member is going to get a chamber card If you go in a certain business, if I know that you're offering 10%, I show you my chamber card, I get your 10% discount. So it's just something that you can offer to other fellow members. Our ambassadors program is something we're extremely pleased with. The results are just coming in. We have about 10 strong ambassadors on this committee, and they are given lists of members, current members. You know, just go talk to them, ask them how they're doing, what membership benefits are they utilizing, what are they not using, how comfortable they feel after hours. You buddy up with them at after hours, and they're really bringing back some things to the table and using these opportunities as almost like mini focus groups, you know, to bring back and strengthen our membership benefits.
Right.
And so we're really feeling good about these, and these are where these benefits are coming from. You know, we're doing a quarterly Conway coffee break, and we've really opened that up to the retailers of the area. Whether you're a small retailer or large, come in and network with one another, share some positive, true marketing strategies, some successful marketing strategies with one another. We've got a new city councilman, Randy Alford, in Conway, and he's really pushing commerce in Conway. So he's been to speak to this group and is really interested in getting behind that group to promote commerce in Conway. So we're glad to have him on board and have him supporting the chamber. So
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Golly, Bridgette, a ton going on.
yeah, and more to come. So.
Of course, some of the activities, you broke down a little bit about the Round the Fourth, but the excitement, you all have been received a ton of accolades recently from groups. Are you familiar with so many of those accolades from last year's event as well as past events?
Well, the Southeast Tourism Society has named Round the Fourth for the last 3 or 4 years, I think it's the last 4 years, one of the top 20 events in their magazine for June, and you get a right good bit of public publicity during that time.
Right.
So that's something that we've always been very proud of, and we're up on a number of websites, craft-oriented websites, festival websites. So that not only are these awards bringing us in, but this coverage on these websites and this publicity on these websites are bringing in more vendors too. So
Sure.
more quality vendors.
You talked about some of those high-profile entertainers as well as some of the great sponsorship opportunities. Is this a real family day? Share with the viewers a little bit about Round the Fourth itself. Who all would be interested in coming in? Those 50,000 people, who are they? Where are they from? And what...
They are from everywhere.
Right.
They are from everywhere. Last year they counted license tags from Indiana, Pennsylvania, Ohio. All of our feeder markets were represented. There's something to do for every age group. Whether you're 80, whether you're 5. There's a family playground area. A lot of the fireworks take place down there.
Right.
Entertainment, the bouncy things for the kids. Homewood Baptist Church is going to be down there with all of their activities for the kids. There's a group called the Boys Club and a Babe, and it's 4 young boys and their younger sister and their dad performing for this group for the family stage down there. And so we've got something for all ages. Whether you're into country music, beach music, if you're a shagger, you know, or if you're a small child, you've got something to do all day long.
Get down, and of course the date again when it's around the 4th. What exact date is that?
It's June 25th. It's
Okay.
actually a weekend before around the 4th.
Right. It's a weekend before the 4th.
Right.
So Saturday, June 25th. Rain
from
or
noon-
shine.
Rain or shine from noon until 11 p.m.
Okay.
And we're hoping for no rain.
Yeah, that's
We're
right.
hoping for no rain.
I'm sure you are. Yeah,
Yeah.
well, 50,000 folks last year and an expectation of many more than that this year as you're doing advertising all over the place. I'm sure you're expecting a big crowd.
Right. We're hoping to see more Indiana folks down, Texas, Ohio, Pennsylvania. We just and we're feeding information to those areas. So we're hoping to see more people from those areas coming.
What are some of the other big events? And of course, you said the spring event has been put on off the table this year since y'all really want to continue to make Round the Fourth so big. Any other big events over the next 6 months as you go into your next 6 months at the helm, Bridgette?
Well, let me just say, in May, I have to tell you, Conway Main Street hosts the Jazz Fest in May, and that's May 7th on the Saturday, May 7th. May 14th is always the second Saturday in May is Bluegrass on the Waccamaw. That's
Great.
Mr. Jennings Chestnut, and he brings international, regional bands. I mean, just you name it, they're there if they're bluegrass, and that's also a big family event down there. So May and June are going to be 2 great months in Conway, and You never know. We may come up with something to do in the fall. I'll have to come back and talk again.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I'm sure River Talk's a great vehicle over there in Conway as well.
Right.
You've got your own homegrown show over there on UPN.
We do.
With Banana Jack, which is airing right now, obviously.
Right.
So I'm sure that's a great vehicle to get out, get the word out as well.
We stick a few in there every once in a while. They call us right good bit to have different folks speak on our behalf. So.
Absolutely. Bridgette, what's been the best, most exciting aspect for you over the last 6 months, having joined now and been at the helm of your hometown, this Chamber of Commerce?
Probably the most exciting is when folks call you and say, after you've done something for them, say thank you. I really do see the benefit of being a chamber member. And I've had a couple people say, I just don't see how the chamber is going to help me. I'm a member because, you know, I'm going to give back to my community. But when you go in and actually sit down with them and talk to them about where they want their business to go, and then you just start spilling off, well, you know, you could do this, or have you thought about this? And when you leave and they say, you know what, thank you. That to me, that just seals the deal for me as an executive director of a chamber, because I want folks to say, hey, whether it's the Conway Chamber or the Myrtle Beach Chamber, you need to be involved in the chamber, because they're right. It is a way to give back to the community, but you can also get something out of it. And the more you get put into it, the more you're going to get out of it. So use us. Use any chamber benefits you have. Whether you're Myrtle Beach, Little River, North Myrtle Beach, use those folks, because that's what they're there for. Get your money's worth.
That's great. Bridgette, thanks so much for being with us this morning.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Stay tuned to more Carolina People with Bridgette Johnson coming up next. 843-248-2273. Take the time, write down that phone number, 843-248-2273. You heard us talk about that, 750-plus members, the excitement to recognize of making a difference. You heard her say it. Use us. Take advantage of your chamber. Whether it's a chamber in Bennettsville or Laurinburg or Lumberton, call your local chamber. Join. Take the time to learn about what they can do for you. You heard her talk about Laurie's IGA and the excitement for a locale like that who's paying whatever their membership dues are to see the kind of press they got by the Conway, South Carolina Chamber of Commerce, sending out press releases, some interesting stuff. Press want to know about that. Local publications want to know about that. They want to call the business owner and learn more about their business and what that designation means for that community. Take the time to visit ConwaySCChamber.com and learn more about Round the Fourth a month from now. There'll be some exciting updates on there about the new sponsor. We hope there'll be a great new sponsor and co-sponsor. Some of the exciting opportunities on June 25th from noon to 11 p.m. June 25th, that's right. Get it on your calendar, Saturday, June 25th. Take the time. Use your Chamber of Commerce.